I decided to go on vacation and rented a house on the outskirts of the city for the weekend. On Saturday at 4, we set off. There were no cars on the road, and it was very foggy. Eventually, we arrived at the house, which looked quite gloomy, but what unsettled us even more was the neighbor standing at the window and watching us. After unpacking, we decided to have a barbecue. It was a clear day, warm and sunny. As soon as we started the barbecue, the neighbor immediately came out and started shouting that barbecue was prohibited in the area. Of course, we didn't listen to the old lady, but we were surprised when a strong thunderstorm started half an hour later. We found the old lady's behavior strange and decided to set up cameras. In the evening, when the storm subsided, we went to visit her to introduce ourselves. The atmosphere in the house was very strange. We went through the whole house and didn't notice her, but at one point we heard a strange sound behind the door with the inscription, "Come in, but don't come out." It scared us a lot, but I still decided to go through that door. I gave the radio to my wife so that I could give signals and went behind the door. When I went through it, I smelled something disgusting. After walking another 3 meters, I saw the basement. It was very dark, and strange sounds were coming from it. I tried to tell my wife about it through the radio, but it didn't work. In a panic, I tried to go back to the door, but it was blocked and wouldn't open. This scared me even more. The only option left was to go to the basement, so I did. There was no light in the basement, but luckily I had brought a flashlight with me. There were only strange jars with something incomprehensible inside. When I approached closer, I saw that one of the jars contained human fingers, and then I realized that I probably wouldn't get out of here. I panicked. In the distance, I saw a small window. When I approached it, I saw that it was a door with a window. I looked through the window and saw the old lady cutting a person and filming it. I understood that I needed to act. I took out a knife from my bag, tied a flashlight to the knife, and wound thread at the level of the feet between the shelves with the jars, and I cracked open the door where the old lady was, threw a dart from a dartboard at her, but she didn't even notice and didn't feel that I had stuck the dart in her back. When she turned around and looked out the window, I noticed that it wasn't the old lady, but something else resembling Momo. It had very large eyes and 2 rows of sharp teeth in its mouth. I started running back to the door, but stumbled over one of the threads and fell. When I turned my head, I saw the old lady behind me. It turned out she was a werewolf. Out of fear, I threw a knife at her, and she fell. I was happy that I killed her and went to the door where she was killing people. I untied him and told him to run with me. He thanked me all the way, but when we approached the door through which I entered, it was further and further blocked. We heard strange noises in the ventilation. I started shouting and calling my wife, but didn't hear a response. After that, I decided to take the radio and call her, but she didn't answer either. As soon as I turned around, I saw a strange silhouette running towards us. I immediately recognized the monster who was killing that person. I stopped breathing, and that's the end. This monster started tearing apart the stomach of the person I saved, and I began to understand that the same fate awaits me. And here she is already looking at me, running up and killing me too.